This is Front Page on AIG Media Pro TV.
Hello, you're welcome to AIG Media Pro TV. Now, this is a segment and the program title is The Front Page. Okay, so this is Front Page Politics. Now, this is a televised segment where we intend to enlighten our viewers and masses about political issues in Nigeria, as well as government policies, national challenges, and there are many other political issues. And also, we intend to highlight the way forward for Nigeria as a country. I'm always your anchor on the program, The Front Page Politics. Now, as we all know, forthcoming independence, which is October 1960, and Nigeria is going to be 60 years old. Now, the program is intending to highlight how far Nigeria has come as a country, the possible challenges that has confronted Nigeria, and of course, we talk about the possible implementation and solutions to Nigeria as a nation. I'm not alone in the studio. Right here with me is Mrs. Okere. All right, she's a publicity secretary of Ohanize Indimbu Lagos Chapel. She's also an entrepreneur, a CEO of Rose Dim Omimi Culture. All right, she attended University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Enugu State, where she studied history. Okay, she's also a businesswoman. She has worked in different strata of women endeavors. Okay, ranging from banking the telecommunication industry as well as the oil and gas industry. Alright, so now her political history have it that she had been in politics since 1999 with the emergence of the fourth democratic government in Nigeria. She has worked with different political organizations and formed her own organization called Igbo Unit Forum, where she was a major stakeholder working with traders in Lagos. Okay, now part of her history having that she's a national coordinator of Youth of Honor and Proactive Leadership nationwide with over 26 registration states. Okay, Evelyn is also the first Igbo woman to be made the vice presidential candidate of Nigeria. Now, she has contested as a vice presidential candidate at the just concluded 2019 election under the Alliance National Party, and that is ANP. Now, before we go down to the subject matter, let's quickly go on a short break. We'll be right back.
This is Front Page on AIG Media Pro TV.
Yeah, welcome back to AIG Media Pro TV. This is the Front Page Politics, and we are discussing about Nigeria in retrospect, Nigeria at 60 independence. So right here, it's our guest, Mrs. Evelyn Okere. Good to have you in the program, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
You look good, actually.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Same here. I'm very honored to be here.
So quickly, let's go down to the cruise of the subject matter, and that is Nigeria in retrospect. Of course, we are celebrating Nigeria at 60 independence. So we are going to be as well as possible, and let's begin down from a history as to what were the testes that led to the formation of independence. Of course, I can remember growing up, everybody just say, you're celebrating Independence Day, Independence Day. What are the things that led to Nigeria emerging as an independent nation, thereby leading to the Independence Day?
Emergence of Nigeria as a nation started when the British invaded Lagos in 1851. From 1851, the state was formed, and slave trade was going on. The British Empire was at its height as one of the powerful nations at the time in the Western world. You remember all the Roman empires and all the empires that have come up. Britain was at the height at that time. So it was, of course, colonization of Africa. And by 1859, they decided to, begin to work to get the North and the South. Of course, the South had been colonized at the time, and they now decided to bring the two protectorates together, the West, the East, and of course the North together. So the South and the West coming together, and this was put together to emerge in 1959, actually, after the 1914 amalgamation. And of course, the British leader at the time, in the person of Lord Lugard, felt that he had to come up with a constitution to give that protectorate, after colonizing Nigeria, to begin to form a country. And of course, we had the Littleton's constitution and different constitution. By 1959, they came up with a constitution that was supposed to emerge with the First Republic, which is where Nnamdi Azikiwe was made the first president, and his first prime minister, with the parliamentary system, British system. But of course, this is maybe again, if you look at it, maybe we'll look at that entirely. But let's go on to saying the history. Then from there, we had the first bloody coup, Zogo's coup, and of course, military rule came in by 1960. Military rule came in with Agi Ironsi coming in as the first military ruler, and then from Agi Ironsi was now assassinated, and from Agi Ironsi being assassinated, going on, we had Murtala Muhammad come in, and then Gowon come in, and all sorts of stories with the Biafran War of the 1966, which was headed by the general himself, Odumegu Ojukwu, of blessed memory. And of course, from there, Nigeria, with the new constitution, was formed. To 1973 constitution was now created to bring Nigeria together, dividing us into states and trying to break the power, because the slogan of divide and rule. And of course, after the Biafran the Nigerian Civil War, they started creating more states, to give that a country. The Middle Belt started getting emergence, and the West, and of course the Southeast. From there, we now had, of course, Gowon was, of course, removed from power. By 1983, Buhari came in. From 1983, we've seen Buhari. Then he was, of course, overthrown by Babangida. And from General Babangida, we now moved to having another... before that time, we've had the Shagari coming as the Second Republic, which is party, PRC. People... Yeah, 1970, came in with his own party to the second civilian rule. And from there, Buhari came through, and then from Buhari, we now had a whole lot of Babangida came in. From Babangida, then the interim government of Ernest Shonekan himself. From Ernest Shonekan, of course, Abacha came in, and again, civilian rule. And because of the June 12th election that was annulled, of course, the president at the time, MK Abiola, lost his life. And of course, Abacha himself lost his life in 1994. And then we now went into another economic chaos, by having Abdul Salam as the president, which of course, he now decided to look, people started clamoring for, we need another democratic rule. And of course, he put all the parties together, which came up with the PDP, and of course, the PDP winning the election with Obasanjo as the fourth Republic president.
Okay. Now,
that's where we are.
There is a clarity I think that our viewers need, and that is the fact that, of course, you're celebrating the Independence Day. So, do you have a say as regards to the attestation that indeed Nigeria had been independent as we claim to be? Now, with the history and the experience gathered so far, from your own perception or perspective, do you think, or you have a say as regards to the fact that is Nigeria truly independent? If you look at the history of our political administration, ranging down from how we got our independence in 1960 down to 1973 to our Second Republic, down to 1994, 1997, until this our administration, do you have a say as regards to the fact that is Nigeria truly independent as we claim to celebrate?
Well, independence, when you use the word independence, it has different connotation and how you would see it. If you have been occupied by, or someone has been dominating you for a while and says he's giving you independence, as it may be, because you have to look at the diplomatic side of it. You can't totally say you're disengaging from the person. And that has been the issue with Nigeria. The British government has always had their input because they had investments here. So it depends on how you're looking at it. Is it political independence or economic independence, or are you looking at the total overview? If you look at the total overview, we've not really had independence.
Wow.
By my own summation. What we've had is being able to sort ourselves out as a country by having our people in the helm of our affairs. But have we totally been independent from foreign intervention into our system, or our governance system, our political system, economic system? No. So it depends on how you see independence. For me, I don't think so. And another thing I want to add is we didn't, or our leaders at the time had one goal at heart. If you look at how the whole emerges to where we are today, the goal was let us be able to do and take decisions for ourselves. They didn't look at the structure they wanted to build for the country they wanted to, be in charge of.
What about the federalism structure, where we have a national allotting of resources according to different states, the north, the east, the west, the south? Do you think that's a form of independence as we claim to?
You can see the resources, even with all the resources that are being shared to the states. Is there really economic independence? Are we seeing the success of it? Are the resources being given or used for the purpose that is supposed to be used for the people? Even up to today, with all the elections and the democracy we are facing today, you can see the challenges that are emanating from it, in the sense of you put people in particular positions who are not respecting the oath that they take of office to use the resources for the general availability and well-being of the people. So when you look, that's why I said to you that they didn't understand the structure they were going to form, for the country they were wanted to be in charge of. So many things. They had so many challenges. There was rivalry within them. People were educated. The North felt they were being disenfranchised. They felt that the South was more educated than they were. So another form of rivalry emanated from there. Then the Civil War didn't make it easier, because they didn't understand that it is a community of different ethnicity coming together to form a nation. It became winner takes all. If you were educated, you saw yourself as an elitist group, so you were supposed to be at the helm of affairs, which is normally the right thing to do. But they forgot to look at the different sides and the geopolitical arena that they were going to take charge of, and also understand the kind of system or governance system that will be suitable for such a country or a state.
Okay, if you just tuning into AIG Media Pro section, this is a televised segment where we talk about anything politics. And this is a phone speak politics, and we'll be discussing about Nigeria in retrospect. Of course, Nigeria is 60, and we're talking about the independence. Now, we're going to go down to the challenges, the state of the nation, and as well as the achievement of the country. Before then, let's go to a short break. We'll be right back.
This is Front Page on AIG Media Pro TV.
To the front page, and we're discussing about Nigeria in retrospect. And of course, our guests have done justice to the history of Nigeria and the emergence of Nigeria independence. So right now we're talking about the state of the nation, Nigeria as a country, Nigeria as a nation, and Nigeria as a people. Okay, so quickly, ma.
Yes.
Now, the state of the nation, you see that politically speaking, we discover that many of our political authorities and those in leadership will come into the seats of power with a lot of campaign promises, a lot of hopes and expectation. They want to offer to the masses. And getting to the seat of power, we see a different negative revolution entirely. So, more quickly, as regards to the state of the nation, what do you have to say about? Do you think these things are? I don't know if this is being done intentionally or it is a transgenerational practice or deeds. I can't really tell actually. But then, what do you have to say about the fact that if a political personality comes into the seat of office and they promise security, they promise employment opportunity, they promise economic stability, good employment opportunity, and improve standard of living, but then, having gotten the seat, it becomes a different story entirely. Do you have any say about this kind of testers?
Of course, of course, there's so much to talk about because this has been the norm even right from 1960. And with the history that even the British at the time had helped in the rigging of the First Republic. Now, it's really disheartening that even over time and even looking at the mistake, because normally when you are at a particular position and you see the mistakes of others, you're supposed to use it to correct yourself, and you're supposed to enhance improvement. But that is not the story of what we have in Nigeria today. And I keep mentioning to our foremost leaders in structuring Nigeria. Like I said, we have different ethnicity. We have the West, we have the Southeast, Southwest, and then we have the North. Now, this whole component has not allowed us to look at the let's use the word sociology of each people, to understand the best way to come together and understand what we are supposed to achieve. What has happened over time is rivalry of who is more better than the other. And that is why you will have this kind of nepotism we're having today, favoritism that we're having today. The statesmanship, when I say statesmanship, is if you're from the North, you want to put only northern people. If you're from the Southwest, you want to put West, Southwest, to secure yourself. The question is, what are you really securing? If you are being sincere, the sincerity of purpose, what are you really protecting by putting your states, people from your own Southwest, in position? So the challenges, and this is politics. Politics has its normal procedure and methodology of getting things. Of course, they're going to tell you the nice things. You don't expect somebody to come and campaign to you and say, I'm going to kill you. I will starve you to death. I will make sure the roads are not working. He's going to tell you those good things you want to hear. But the question is, how do we decipher if this person has the capacity to deliver? Yes, because it's not so easy when you come as the helm of affairs in leadership for you to handle the total entirety of a country. So you must understand who you want to put in that position. What is his antecedent? But Nigeria never looks at the antecedents of people. It is who is the most popular, who makes so much noise with the media, who has the funds to, use political jangoism to deceive the people with a lot of beautiful, lovely things and oratorship to deceive the people. And when you give him the position, we have another story to tell. Then we are shedding more tears than we started.
Okay, now let's look at it from this perspective of the sociology of the people, like you just mentioned.
Yes.
And do you think that there is a remedy to this menace?
I think there is.
If there is, what are the possible ways? Okay, let's look at this generation as well as the youth now. Of course, it's a normal narrative. It's a normal narrative that the older ones don't want to leave the political scene because, of course, they're enjoying the bigger share, the bigger resources, and they want to stay there and remain. You see, we're the leaders of tomorrow, we're the leaders of tomorrow, but then the leaders are here.
No, the leaders that are here are the leaders of tomorrow and the leaders to the end, the way we are looking at it right now. So for me, if we look at the youth, two things I want to say. I have this organization, the Youth of Honors, and these were a group of people who said, Evelyn, we want you to be our leader because we've seen you metamorphose into, of what you think leadership. And I believe in leadership and mentoring. You must allow people learn on the job. You must give them the room to take decisions. They must master the periphery where they decided to be in. And I have advised a lot of them politically. And the Nigerian political scene has also transformed into, I don't know if I should use a monstrous system where money plays all. Is it because becomes order of the day? People are not talking about integrity or character, values. People are now going for the money. You can see in election, they're sharing money. The last election, with all due respect to the government of the day, doing the traders' money. Nobody is a baby. When you start bribing people with money, I'm using the word bribe, with traders' money, at the time when there's an election coming and you come and say it's a program, come on. Nobody is a child. We've all grown up. At the time when they were when Buhari, the President Muhammadu Buhari was president in 1984, I was in primary school at the time. So, and now I've grown up, I know the good and the bad, the difference between them. And you can't tell me that coming and bringing out traders' money at the time when we're having an election is not a systematic way of buying the mind of the people. Now, the question is, are we allowing people do their groundwork and pick the right person that they believe in? Okay, look at the system that happened in Edo State. It's a very good eye-opener, where the people said, look, this man has been good for us, and we want him back. And people stood their grounds and fought for that. That is an eye-opener that the youth can also wake up, begin to train themselves in the path they want. I don't believe in, I'm a student union here and there. And after student union, you think now you can usurp power, or you must show what you did as a student union president.
Evidence, yes.
Yes. Give us your results. Give us the new things you brought into book. How did you, empower your fellow youths at the time? What did you achieve? What decisions did you take? Are you good in taking the right decision for your people? Are you a good negotiator? I know my husband told me something. He said, Evelyn, nobody gets what they deserve as far as this earth is concerned. You only get what you negotiate. And politics is truly about negotiation. So if you don't know how to do those things and begin to have a vision and have the wisdom to bring that vision to reality by having innovative ideas with a value system, then you're not really ready to be a leader.
Okay. Nobody gets anything easier. You have to do that by negotiation. So, this is the front page politics, and we're talking about Nigeria in retrospect. Happy Independence Day, Nigeria 60, and of course, we're doing justice to the subject matter. Right here with us is Chief Mrs. Evelyn Okere, and she has done justice to a whole lot of issues, ranging from the history of how the independence came to bear, and as well as the state of the nation. Now down to the way forward for Nigeria. Now, we're celebrating Independence Day today. Of course, it's a good one for us, and I know that even though there's a lot of mishaps and challenges that has come true for us as a country, of course, there are good things to talk about. There are good achievements we can highlight, and there are things we can say, okay, since the administration of this political party, this is what we've achieved. This is the things we've achieved. So, if you don't mind, do you have any proof or evidences that this is what Nigeria has achieved at this particular time, to give us a hope that, of course, when there's hope, there's always possibilities that a lot of intentions will come to bear?
Yeah, it's always a delight to celebrate independence. Nobody, though I'm hearing a lot of political talks about sit at home by the indigenous people of Biafra and the Oduduwa group and a whole razzmatazz, political razzmatazz going on right now. But it's always good to celebrate the independence of our country. And it would have been wonderful if Nigeria could solve one of its major problems, which is quality leadership. We don't have quality leaders. Leaders that are devoid of greed and nepotism and favoritism. It's sad. But we can't again remove the fact that over time Nigeria has developed in some systematic way. Then, like today, you can tell from all that we have gone through. And when you go through some of these challenges, it begins to open your mind to looking at life at another perspective. Having the military rule and having the democratic rule, the different democratic rule to where we are today with Obasanjo coming back in 1999 and 2000, being a leader again, the things he had to do, the things he had changing, kind of rebranding Nigeria's image after the June 12th election and the Sani Abacha era and all that. Of course, today we can boast of using telecoms. Well, we are there. Yeah, we are the pinnacle of the GSM industry and the technology, AI technology. We are looking at Nigeria now is beginning to think of farming. Agriculture is becoming the new norm instead of still depending on the oil. You can see the new oil fuel hike and the electricity tariff and taxation and all that. You can see people are now seeing the difference and understanding. Nigerians are now understanding the economic plans and strategies of building an economy and the downside of an economy compared to before. People are now more politically aware than before. Now, literacy level in Nigeria has evolved, is up to a bit, even though our literacy is huge. The scale of our literacy in Nigeria is really high. We need to bring that up. The only sad thing is our educational system is going into decay, because over time Nigeria is a very fantastic place. If something goes wrong here, they find a way to kind of go around the system and create something else. I remember way back in the day, public schools were the height of the educational system. The federal schools was the pinnacle, where if you went to King's College and the Queen's Colleges, you were seen as of course, a top notch in the society or in the harem of getting sweet and juicy positions politically and even in different companies. But now that is a total different ballgame, where we have now become a country that privatizes education. Universities are being privatized and so on and so forth. When the federal universities are already now decaying with a lot of ASU strikes and so on. We're looking at the medical system. Okay, a lot of things. So the truth of the matter is that we have metamorphosed in certain ways. We're more aware with the margins of the telecoms technology. People are aware of what's happening in the world. You can easily talk to me, and I in less than 2 seconds, I can read about you.
The import of the
Yes, of course. So we've kind of developed over time. You can see the new banking BVN, and within 2 seconds, I can tell your whole system. But but at the end of the day, we haven't really achieved so much. We haven't achieved in understanding that the private sector must be higher than public sector. When you say public, you're talking about the federal parastatals and
governmental
industries. Yes, it should come higher, and that's how one of the ways you can improve employment. Because for me, as a history student, when I did American history, and the forefathers of those that founded America, after coming from England, the Quakers, after coming in from England and coming into the new lands, in America, they had a structure after having experience in Europe, having all the parliamentary or governmental experience, and now decided the kind of country they wanted for America. Are you now seeing when I say that our leaders didn't understand the structure they were going to develop for a country? But these ones came with a structure, and they did that. And you can see Nigeria, the American political system is constant. It's the same thing from when they started, and it's the same thing to today. What is the concentration of the American president, the security of the people, the freedom, the word freedom continues to be sacrosanct in the polity of America. And last but not the least, they understood they had to make the environment conducive for businesses to grow. And that is how we had the Standard Oil, the Rockefeller family, the Rothschild family, the Kennedy Oil, the Ford Motors. The government is supposed to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. You don't stifle people with not having the right amenities, with the right taxation, and at what cost? If we go into the economy and the banking and this taxation, they've two-figure taxes that we're being paid, getting a loan, the process, this stringent way to get a loan, and so many other things that are a big challenge today.
If you look at this issue,
I'm telling you. So you can tell that we haven't done much. We have some, good things, but we haven't done much, and that's why it's looking like there is on a retrospect. It will look like Nigeria hasn't really done much over time.
Okay, so let's quickly go down to the streets and get the opinion and suggestion about Nigerians and Lagosians, of course, about what their take is on the development of Nigeria as a country, coupled with the fact that we're celebrating the Nigerian independence.
I don't think we are ripe for independence, even at the age 60. If we are under colonial government, it would have been better than the way we are now. Most especially the past few years, things were like improving when Jonathan was there. Not until when this man came in there, that is Buhari, things got muddled up more than ever before. So nothing is working. If you're not in politics, you're not doing well. If you're in politics, you can go to any land. That is how it is.
We're not there yet, but we're not where we used to be. So I believe there's still more room for development and more grants to cover.
We are 60 years old, though. I've never seen any improvements concerning our government. Because if you look at this situation, we wake up one day, we discover that things are go up. Look at what happened recently. We wake up in the morning, you hear that electric tariffs increase. You hear that the same day they increase what do I call a fuel pump. So we are confused. They don't care about our government, the masses. That is what I see about the government. People are fighting for their own self. They are fighting for their own pockets. We are the people that voted them in, but we don't see any improvement. Things are getting worse every day. That is what I say concerning. I don't have anything to celebrate, for my own opinion. That's all.
This is Front Page on AIG Media Pro TV.
So these are the opinions and suggestions about Nigeria at 60. Of course, these are opinions of people with different folks with different structure, different conception, different perspective about a particular subject matter. I will trust that as we clock 60, we're looking forward to better development. So quickly, we're getting down to the end of the segment on the front page politics. And right here with us is Evelyn Okere, and she has been doing justice about Nigeria in retrospect. Okay, so we're going down now to the way forward for Nigeria, about as regards to how far Nigeria have come, what are the possible government policies and actions of the youth that will help make Nigeria a better state, a better country, and as well as a better society. So quickly, man, what do you have to say about Nigeria moving forward from now? Of course, we know in the next 365 days, you are clocking another age, that's 61. So what do you have to say about our way forward in economy, our way forward in politics, the way forward in different strata of Nigeria, as much as the nation Nigeria is concerned?
We'll take it one after the other. I think the way forward, first we'll start with the future. The Nigerian youth needs to wake up. They need to start thinking proactively. They need to understand, with all that we have gone through, they need to continue and constantly continue to educate themselves. You know, school can give you some education for you to pass your exams, but you later go back and educate yourself properly. Understand the different era of leadership and decide which is the best way forward. Because at the end of the day, most of our leaders are going to be gone.
Exactly.
It is already begun with the coronavirus, emergence of the coronavirus. And they have left whatever is their best, which is what we're seeing today. The question is, what are the youths going to do about it? Are they ready for that position? Are they ready to forge and create something better than what they have seen? There must always be a move for improvement. It can't go back to 1960. We must move to the 21st century head on. That's one. Politically, I want to suggest or advise Nigerians should read between the lines politically.
What do you mean by
When I say, you know, any government or any, and I'm not saying this to hold for anyone or against anybody. We listen to a lot of gossip in Nigeria. We never see the good side of things and the bad side of things. We go head on with what is said in the media, and probably that is why this government of the day have started having the hate speech coming up, because everybody must say how they feel. But it's good to check, do your research and check before you believe, because that was what happened in 2015 when President Jonathan was the president. Of course, they said a whole lot of horrible things about him. Everything that has been said, has it not repeated itself now in the same government? Insecurity is at its the worst. Now, with insecurity, how can people come and invest in your country? When people are afraid to come and invest and they feel that, of course, the international media will not make it likely for you to say, oh, Nigeria might have insecurity, but you can still go there. Oh, they're going to tell you that people are dying on the streets. People are being massacred by the second. So how can investment come into the country? No economy progresses on its own. You need investments and investors to come in. You must have, like I said before, enabling environment for businesses to thrive. And that creates an employment.
It's a problem.
You understand? So that is one, Nigerians reading between the lines. No government is going to have it in, totally correct. But the one that knows and know how to bring the economy back, we should be able to see it and allow such government survive. Again, another challenge that I see is our opposition is never opposition for the good of the general people. It's always in itself. We're not doing opposition. Oh, you did not give us water. Meanwhile, we have this, we have that, we have that. No, it is always they try to coin it in a way to make you look like a monster, whereas you're really trying to make things better. Opposition should be able to say, we give you kudos for this, for changing maybe the chief of army staff. But you need to look into this other arena. Look at the education. Opposition is not a bad thing. Opposition actually helps you to be on alert. But sometimes our opposition here is always individualistic to our own greed or selfish interest. So we need to look at that aspect as well. Then, most importantly, no country or economy does it well without having the right people at the helm of affairs. We must have an educational system that is enabling to the grassroots level. Our people need to be educated. Our educational system in Nigeria is a problem, which is why a lot of them are having their children schooling abroad, medical abroad. But coronavirus has taught us a very big lesson. Because with the coronavirus, you're now afraid. So, but are we going to learn from the emergence of coronavirus to know that we need to build our own? And we can only use our manpower, our population. Our God's greatest gift in Nigeria is our population to get this done. Our engineers that we're turning out from the university can also do engineering. They can build our roads. They can build cars. Can we open up that opportunity for them to bring that intelligence to bear front? Okay? It's very important that we begin to do that. And that will reduce and bring up a lot of our youth to begin to be more handy. Productive, of course, in the different aspects they've decided to take on. People are complaining about the Big Brother. Big Brother is giving 80-something million. Then a child that writes and creates a battery, a power pack battery that can last. It's nothing to write. Nobody gives him anything.
Just recently, I saw on Instagram where a boy of 18 created an helicopter that moves on the ground, and it seems not to go viral compared to the.
Oh yeah, because you can see when one of the housemates was evicted, people started contributing money for her. But a child that has just been nobody was so it's like a misappropriation of our what is a determinant factor for a society to thrive is misplaced priority. You understand me? So these are things we need to look at. Our youths need to wake up. They need to wake up.
Wow.
They can't be the social media youths.
Wow.
They have to be.
that is something that different.
Yeah, social media youths. You only see them, complain when things are happening. Oh, Erika has been, they cuss out on the social media. They cuss out all the things on the social media. But in real life, if you want to be a politician, you must align with the structure of the politics. You have to be in a party. You have to work as a councillor from your ward all the way to the local government, from local government to the state party, from state party to national. This is the process. And if you're not doing that and then you think you can wake up in the morning and become a president of this country, it never works that way.
Okay. There are so much issues and subject matter to talk about. As much as Nigeria as a nation is concerned. Now, the question is, while we celebrate Nigeria at 60, what is going to bring the possible change we expect as a country? Who's going to change the revolution? Who's going to bring the light we have ever anticipated way back since the beginning of the name Nigeria? That is a question for another day. But meanwhile, we're celebrating Nigeria's independence. So, we are saying happy independence to Nigeria. So, Mrs. Okere, if you don't mind, wishing Nigeria a happy independence, okay? So,
yeah, I wish Nigerians a happy independence. All is not really lost. There's always room for improvement. I just want to implore Nigerians to be more alert, to be more assertive, and continue to work for the progress. I'm also the president of an NGO, Global League of African Women in Leadership, and I'm begging our mothers to continue to work hard as they have continued to, putting their families together. The first society that emerges is the society of the family. There all the politics and every economic whatever goes on. And it's always the mothers that are the hem of affairs. Yes, our men are the head, but we are the neck that twists and head to the direction we want it to go. So I'm begging the women to come out in a mass, to begin to be more political assertive. We need women to come out even for the position of the president 2023. It's high time we begin to look at this arena. And I think the Nigerian men should give us a chance. And our youths, God bless each and every one of you, but we need you to begin to wake up. We need you. Our mothers need you. God bless Nigeria. God bless everyone. And I bless the AIG group for this opportunity to express our independence. Happy independence once again, Nigeria.
On behalf of the AIG Media Pro management, we are saying happy independence to Nigeria. See you same time, same station on AIG Media Pro. This is Front with Politics. Bye for now.
This is Front Page on AIG Media Pro TV.